Holly Rolfe, she is a 19-year-old singer-songwriter from Birmingham, and she is just going up and up and up.
When something's nice, we gotta play it twice. That was Holly Rolfe. And that track was Words Ain't Enough.
Hi, I'm Holly and you're watching Leeds television.
So hello and welcome back to LSTV. My name is Matt Sykes and today I'm joined by a very special guest in celebration of her latest single, Words Ain't Enough. It's a pleasure to be joined by the singer-songwriter Holly Rolfe. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Excellent. It's good to have you here in the Student TV studio.
Yeah, it's so cool, I love it.
I wanted to go back first into the start of your journey in music really. So when did you first get into performing?
So I think I was like 7 and I used to do dancing, but I wasn't very good at it, to be honest. Then my parents found like a theatrical group, so I started going to Saturday classes, doing musical theatre, and then going to secondary school, I did all the performing arts stuff. So it kind of just came from that, and I just found more passion for music than musical theatre. Even though I studied musical theatre, I do a lot of music on the side.
So then you started posting covers of yourself on YouTube. So when did that begin, and what inspired you really to put yourself out there on the internet?
It was definitely just before COVID when I started posting things on like Instagram covers and YouTube covers, because I started busking I think in 2018 when I was 14.
Yeah.
So I just kind of was like, no one's going to do it for me, so I might as well just do it, and there's no point sitting at home being like, oh, I really want to be a singer. Like, that's not going to do anything. So if I put myself out there, at least I've got a chance.
You've done many covers over the years on lots of different socials.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
any that you particularly like?
I quite like Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift. It's a very overdone song, but I just think Taylor Swift is such an amazing singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
I like that one, and a lot of people do know it, so when I play it at gigs, you tend to get like people being like, oh, I know this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of Swifties out there.
Exactly.
There to enjoy a bit of Taylor Swift.
And she's really current as well, so that's one I do like doing. But I kind of do as much as I can, do loads of different ones, do some that people don't really know about. But yeah.
She's your friend, don't pretend. I know how this ends. Sometimes words just ain't enough. Sometimes words just ain't enough.
Since 2021, you've transitioned into releasing your own original songs. When did you begin writing your own music?
Started, I think it was during the GCSEs when we were writing for our kind of grades.
Yeah.
For those, I started writing then, but it was more writing to get the grades, not because I enjoyed it. And then when COVID happened, we were stuck indoors for so long. So I was like, I had so much time. So I started writing, and I never really thought I'd ever release stuff. But then I was like, again, I might as well just do it whilst I can. And it kind of just grew from there, and I started writing during lockdown, and then a little bit more here and there.
And so across your previous releases, whether we Lost in the Dark, Right by Your Side, would you say it's fair to say you like a love song?
Maybe. Yeah, I do. Yeah, who doesn't?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
What would you say your main inspirations are when it comes to writing?
It's from natural experiences during day-to-day life. I like to write my songs on truthful things that have happened. But one thing I do is if someone says something and I like what they've said, I'll write it down on my notes. Then maybe a couple of days later or that night, I'll go through and like try some melodies. And I like to do a lot of improv. So I'll voice note just me playing loads of like random chords and singing along, or my guitarist will play some chords and just sing along with the kind of improvisation kind of idea, but also taking those lyrics that I've had on my notes and just see where we go from there.
Yeah, so do you get the lyrics first and then the melody comes after? Is that tends how it happens? Or
It kind of changes, yeah, it kind of changes. Sometimes I'll be having a melody going around my head and I won't be able to think of the lyrics, but then sometimes I'll have the lyrics but not have the melody, so it just changes really.
Changing it up every time.
Exactly.
Are there any artists in particular that you seek inspiration from?
Yeah, I love Mimi Webb. I think she's like, yeah, I really like her stuff. Bella May, she's a bit more underground, but a pop artist, but she's not like Mimi Webb. Lauren Spencer Smith, Tate McRae, Lexi Jade, all that kind of style.
You've got a lot of people that you're aiming towards.
Yeah, definitely, and I listen to such a wide range of music, so I love house music, but I'm not really a house singer. I'm starting to do some tracks for like D&B and house stuff, but I see myself writing my own pop stuff, but working on other projects because I don't want to pigeonhole myself into one genre because it's so fluid, the music industry.
So maybe Holly Rolfe on a D&B track next? Is that it?
Yeah, I am working on one,
Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So, on to your latest single, Words Ain't Enough. I saw in an interview with Fountain Tune that you described the song as having a whirlwind of emotions. So can you describe sort of the process of writing the song, where the ideas came from, what inspired you to get those whirlwind of emotions and sort of, you know, put it into your music?
Yeah, so I started writing it in March last year, and it was originally so different. It was called Give Me a Reason, and the lyrics were like, I was really struggling to get them out, and the melody, I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I think I started writing it because I wanted to release something new, because I hadn't released something in so long. And then I was so nervous about being so honest that it really put a block. But then when I started to think, okay, I'm not going to write this to be released, I'm going to write it just because I want to write how I'm feeling. It's then, since then, when it started really flowing and the lyrics started coming in, and it transitioned into Words Ain't Enough.
Friend, don't pretend I know how this ends. Sometimes words just ain't enough.
The song is accompanied by a brand new music video, which is out now, of course, on Holly Rolfe's YouTube. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what was the experience of shooting? Is that your first music video, your first solo music video?
Yeah, first solo. I did another one a couple of years ago, but that was with like a duet kind of song. That was so cool, filming this music video. Like I said, I was busking and the guy dropped me an email, and I was like, I'm a student, I can't afford to do it, and all that kind of stuff. But we worked out an agreement of how we could do it. I wanted it to be really collaborative, so where everyone could take their own take on it and be a part of it. So I said in the description, it's really cringe, but it's not my project, it feels like our project. So we got the dancers to do their own choreography, so each section is their own bit. And yeah, it was really cool. I mean, we filmed in the wardrobe, which is like a dream place to play, and that was really fun. So it just felt really, I don't know, really scary, because it was like, I felt like I really ventured out into something new, but also I think it inspired me, even though it was my project.
So speaking of the dancers, which were in the video, we obviously both grew up in Lichfield, very close to each other.
Yeah.
And now we're both in Leeds. I saw a video on your socials of like you having a party to celebrate the release of the song. How nice has it been to have the support of the people, not only at home but in Leeds as well?
It's really surreal. I feel like my big thing, I was so nervous for this song to come out. Like I literally felt sick all day before. I think because I was so scared that people wouldn't care, which is like fine, but I was just so nervous that people wouldn't care and they would just be like, well, it's not very good. So when I released it and I had the support, I was just really shocked that people actually did care and they wanted to support. But being from like a performing arts background, people are really supportive, especially with like their friends doing stuff. And I like to support other artists too. So when I support them, they kind of gave it back. So it was really lovely.
Do you think that you've come on a long way since coming to Leeds?
I think so, yeah. It's definitely made me more independent, and it's made me realise more what I can do. I think in Lichfield it's like a lovely place, and it's a really nice music scene, and everyone's really supportive. But I think coming to a bigger city, you do realise so much more about yourself.
See it in your eyes. I know you want to try, but sometimes you can't fix what's broken. Tell me why.
I've seen many clips, and in person, of course, of you performing live, whether that be at weddings, across venues in Leeds, or busking, or around the country, really. So would it be right in thinking that you love performing live?
Yes, I love performing live. I get really nervous, so scared all the time, but I think that's good because it shows you still care. And performing live is just, yeah, it's really fun. It's nice to see people engaging with your music or engaging with covers, and like watching music live. I try to watch as much as I can because it's just so good.
Is there anywhere in particular you're looking to perform?
Yeah, there's some places that I really want to perform. I really want to perform at the Wardrobe. That's one of my goals by the end of the year. And I'd love to perform at Belgrave, but I feel like that's quite difficult because it's like funky. Yeah. So I don't know, we'll see about that. But they're on the goals, but
anything could be happening. Finally, from me, so this single is the first that we've heard from you since 2022. What's coming next, basically, for Holly Rolfe?
Right, there's a lot of songs I'm writing at the moment, and it's more about what do I release next. I've got a lot of things kind of ready to start recording in the studio. I think the next one could be a house track. I think.
Is that kind of an exclusive for LSD?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think we're going to do that house track and then release an acoustic version. But I want to keep up that pop style and keep that audience engaged before I start venturing off to different things. So I think the goal this year is to release maybe 2 or 3 more songs. Streak.
Brilliant. I can't wait. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at all.
Cool, thank you.
Sometimes words just ain't